Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Every Strand Counts with me, your host, Dana Wilson. Thank you for joining us for our Locking Up Success series where we're featuring Sister Lock Consultant stories. And today, our special guest is Wanda Washington. She is the owner and operator of Natural Beauty Boutique out of Tucker, Virginia. Tucker, Georgia. I'm sorry, everybody. Tucker, Georgia. We'll get started here shortly. So please take this time to share so many can partake in our conversation. And we'll be right back.
In audio.
All right. Hello. Hey there. Welcome. Every Strand Counts with me, your host, Dana Wilson, is brought to you by Hair Cares Inc. We believe that every root, every lesson, every experience, every legacy makes a difference in our lives. So we feature conversations with various leaders, authors, speakers, entrepreneurs who long to touch, move, and inspire others through their work. And we are so excited to feature a series that we're calling Locking Up Success. And some of you already know I've been a part of the Sister Lock family for over 23 years. And just as each client has their unique journey, the Sister Lock consultants have their journeys as well. And they choose to transform lives one lock at a time with Sister Locks. And we want to know about those people too. So today we have Wanda Washington. She is the owner and operator of Natural Beauty Boutique, and she's located in Tucker, Georgia. So let me bring her to the virtual room, everybody. Hey, lady.
Hey there.
Hey, Wanda, how are you?
I am doing great, Dana. It's a beautiful sunny day out here in Georgia. I love it.
Right. Thank you for coming here. Wanda has been a guest of ours before, and we love Wanda. So I asked Wanda to come back and share some more with us. She always have words of wisdom and juicy nuggets for our audience.
Okay.
So thank you for coming. Wanda, so this series is called Locking Up Success. And my intention was to bring Sister Lots consultants here really to speak to the aspiring Sister Lots consultants, people who are just starting out. And really, I want to paint a picture that you really don't have to have, I guess, this base knowledge or have all of this stuff to be successful in the Sister Lots world. And so that's why I started this series. So I would like for to start by, if you could tell our audience like who you are and how did you even get into the Sister Lots game?
Well, you introduced me very well. I'm Wanda Washington, as you know, and I am a Sister Lock, certified Sister Lock trainer. I'm a senior trainer with them now. I've worn many hats leading up to that. Of course, I was a trainee at one point and weaved my way through the ranks of the organization, and now that's what I'm doing today. Is working with trainees and helping to develop them. And I really want to compliment you on reaching out to the aspiring consultants because that is something that's very important to do.
Yeah.
So as far as my journey is concerned, I want to take a little bit of a different angle here since we also want to talk to the aspiring consultants. And that is, I'd like to say that I did not choose my Sister Lock journey. It chose me.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that, but let me just give you a little bit of a nugget. And that is, when I was a little girl, I always had big dreams and I wanted to do something great. I wanted to make my mark in the world and do something that made a difference. That was something that was very important to me as a little girl. I was also a daddy's girl.
Okay.
So I would say to my dad, Dad, I'm a rebel without a cause. You know that saying people say.
Yeah.
He said, no, baby. He says, you are a rebel. He says, but you have a cause.
Go ahead.
He says, I always remember that you got a cause. And he would tell me, never sign anything, do anything that you're not proud enough to sign your name to. Because
Okay.
he knew what I was. This is a little girl that had big dreams, and he knew that I was a leader and I was going to do something in the world. And he was trying to install his little nuggets in me to get me in the right direction. So with that said, is that getting into the sister-in-law game, it came by circumstance. Something I saw intrigued me. I won't go to the store through it the way I normally do, but it intrigued me. But what the reason I say that it chose me is because after I got my training, of course, you need that base.
Mm-hmm.
There were people in the atmosphere, and those people were clients
Okay.
who chose me to serve them. So every decision that I make, every passion that I have, every drive is inspired by the clients that I serve.
Okay.
They are my reason for breathing, living, and doing this, and also representing that brand to the level that I do.
That's good stuff. I love that. I love. So you
And
said
that,
you said something. Hold on. You said you knew you wanted to make a mark. Where did that come from? Like, I mean, as a little girl, where did that even come from that you needed to make a mark?
I don't know.
It was there.
I don't know. I would have to say my parents and watching them and how they raised us to you know, things that they would say and
Mm-hmm.
instill in us.
Mm-hmm.
But to say absolutely where it come from, I would just have to say I think it was more of a spiritual thing, to be quite honest with you.
Okay. Okay.
That's the only thing that I can credit it to.
Yeah. Because I'm so always so fascinated on like the root of some stuff, right? Because
Yeah, yeah.
for some nobody's thinking for another little girl, she's not thinking about no mark. She's thinking about her Barbie. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. She's not thinking about making a mark in the world. So
But think about some of the people. Let's step away from here for just a
yeah,
moment
yeah,
and talk about purpose. You wrote that book, Purpose, okay?
that's right.
So let's step away from it for a moment. Gymnast, Sha'Carri Richardson. Listen to her. She just got the gold title. She slammed it.
Don't get me fired up about
I
that.
know, I know. I love her. I love her. She's in Atlanta. I think she's from Atlanta too. But anyway, um, listen to them talk. Don't
Yes.
let that go. They say things that are very, very important.
Mhm.
And one, I heard one guy write something about her that says it's a different type of hustle when you're doing it for yourself.
Yes, it is.
And so, you know, it is a hustle when we're into this game of doing hair and doing sister locks. But just listen to some of the women and men that are talking in the world about how they got started. Oftentimes I hear them say something about when they were young.
Yeah, of course. It comes from
Yeah.
yeah,
So
and I always share with aspiring sister consultants that your your dream is even bigger than sister loss, right? Sister loss is
right,
just a vehicle for your life's purpose, right?
right,
A vehicle like any other thing. It's a vehicle to get you to fulfill on your dreams in life, right?
right.
Yeah. So it does always stem as that little girl or that little boy. That is for sure. For sure.
Yes,
Sure.
thank you.
Now, I heard you say that everything you do is based off your service to the client. So that means clearly that you're talking and communicating with your clients to find out what they really want, right?
Right. You got to communicate. I learned somewhere along the line that whatever you do, it's 70%, 30% talent and 70% communication, which means, I mean, you could be the most talented person in the world with what you do,
Mm-hmm.
but your level of communication has got to transcend to the people that you serve. So yes, I'm talking to them, I'm listening to them, I'm hearing what they want, and that's what I try to do is meet their needs and meet their wants,
Okay.
in order for me to make them happy, really.
So that really goes and ties into retainability, like retaining your
There you go.
if
Mhm.
you're listening to your clients, you find out what their wants and needs, then you're retaining those clients. Now, tell me, because clearly that's what you're doing.
Right.
Um, did you already know that that was your secret sauce? Because that sounds like that's your secret sauce.
I learned along the way when I learned I developed a skill I was very observant.
Okay.
when I got out of training. I was very observant. I watched what was happening. I saw that there was a lot of natural hair out there, and I felt like that they were going to connect to Sister Locks with it because it was such a beautiful technique and offered so many wonderful things to natural hair. It was new, it was fresh, and I just knew that so observing was the first thing, recognizing
Okay.
that there was a market. You got to
Okay.
know that. Recognizing that you got to know what that market wants.
Mm-hmm.
Do they want this and why?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be able to connect to that and listen to what they're experiencing with their hair and offer a solution to just connect the dots. So
Okay.
that's but that's half the battle. Like you said, once you get them in that chair, retention is very important. So you got
Right.
to keep doing some things correctly
Right.
in order for them to continue to work with you. Because none of what we're doing means a thing in this world without a base, and that's those clients. And what they want is the most important thing there is.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Service.
Now, what are some of the biggest challenges that you faced in your early days as a consultant, and how did you overcome them? Because obviously you listening to the client for sure, but was there a challenge that kind of stunned you and you had to figure out what to do for those clients?
Um, I don't want to say it was fairly easy, but it was. But let me just say this. It's gonna sound like I'm contradicting myself, but I'm not.
Okay.
The clients came, but they came with some hard work. It wasn't something that it was just, hi, I want Sister Locks. Can you do them for me? No.
Okay.
Remember when someone said that it's a different type of hustle when you're doing it for yourself? I
Right.
had to get out there because I came in at a time where social media wasn't developed to the point that it is today.
Okay.
So it wasn't like you could just get on social media and drive a client into you. So I
Okay.
had to get out there and I had to assert myself into the community and talk to people about just anything. Like when I'm at the gym, I would talk to people and I noticed their hair and I would say something about it and ask them, what are you interested in? I just talk. I had a gift of talking and pulling out things out of people that let me into what it is that they really wanted to do. Then I would make that offer. I was very good at sales too. That was a technique that I
That's a girl. You
yeah.
when you if you good at sales, you good to go.
Okay. But
Can
I
you
didn't come off as a salesperson. I came off as a real person that really wanted to help them. And that is what I really wanted to do
right?
because I knew I
Well,
had something to offer.
I mean, getting into what they need and want uh, opens people up in the space so that you can sell because you
Right.
already know what they need and want, and you already know what you offer, right?
Mhm.
So that opens up the space to be able to share. So that's
Right.
perfect.
And the communication, getting back to communication, learning how to make that offer to people. For example, someone called you, they asked you a question about it. And if you like, well, no, I don't have an appointment available today. Okay. They walk away. But you may have an appointment tomorrow, next week at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So don't close the door on your clients just because you don't have an opening. You got to learn to listen and carry that through to turn that client into an appointment by making an offer.
I
You
love
got to learn how to offer.
I love that. That is perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's not a yes or no, right?
Right.
It's not really a yes or no. I'm not available. However, I'm available tomorrow
Mhm.
at this time, such and such and such. That's perfect. I love that.
Right.
I love that. Can you share like a specific success story? Like when did you know like you was this is this is it? I ain't saying this is it like finite because obviously, like I was sharing, Sister Life is a vehicle to fulfill your lifelong dreams, right? But when did
Right.
you know like you have that secret sauce is working? Like when did you feel like in your zone in regards to your career within Sister Locks?
I'm going to say two things. Number one, when a lot of clients start to tell me, everywhere I go, they know you. I says, how they know
Okay.
me? I
Okay.
says, I just got a little old beauty shop. What you talking about? so, so they would say, well, they said, well, who does your hair? And the girls would say, Wanda Washington does my hair. And she
Okay.
said, well, who is she? Well, because the way they said it.
Right.
And I was flattered by that, I have to say.
Okay.
But understanding that your reputation precedes you. Your reputation is you.
Yeah.
And you got to make that stand out where people recognize your name by the quality of your work
Mm-hmm.
and the strength of, I want to go ahead and say, your brand, which is you,
Mm-hmm.
your name.
Absolutely.
And you don't want them saying other things about you. You want them to say the things about you that know that is. So those type of things made me feel really good to know. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was like floating around out there like that. So I was very happy about it. The number two thing is that when I was able to start giving client appreciation parties in a big way.
Okay.
The last one I gave was prior to the pandemic and haven't been able to do one since because of so many changes have taken place.
Right.
But the last one I gave was a client appreciation party and for my clients. And we hired a band called Mellow Groove Band. It's a
Okay. Now.
Caribbean band. They had a great vibe and it was live and it was all guys.
Yeah.
Just give me a bunch of men. I just want some men at the party.
Okay.
So I hired them. And they did an outstanding job. But one of the things I did, because when I say appreciation, to me, that means I'm telling the clients, I appreciate you. We had a very good turnout. And I didn't ask them to pay anything or put anything down and nothing like that. It's something that I pay for my clients to come to this live party. And they're still asking about it. When is the next party? When is the
Right.
next
Right.
party?
You didn't turn them out. You didn't turn.
Dana, me and you, we got to talk, girl. We got to do this thing. Let's cross it.
I love it. I love it.
So they like that type of stuff. That makes them feel
course.
good.
Of course.
That and you tell them how you appreciate them. I had gifts that we gave away, and I let clients speak. Some that were running other businesses, they talked about their businesses, and it was just a very good time and very happy moment that I was really proud of.
I'm so happy to hear that you do a client appreciation because you don't want to take for granted. I mean, obviously you're providing the best service that you can to your clients, but showing them appreciation by having an event that goes a long way.
They like that type of stuff.
Oh
They
yeah.
really do.
All right. They already talking about your service good and you and the hair looking good. And then you didn't have an appreciation event for them to even show them even further. I mean, that fosters a loyal clientele for sure.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
So that goes into my next question. I was going to ask you, what are some key qualities or skills that contribute to being a successful consultant? And remember, we're talking to that brand new consultant or someone that's even about taking the Sisterlock training. What are those key qualities and skills that you think contribute to being successful as a consultant?
Following the basic guidelines that you learned in training. I think that's the core of it.
Yeah.
I never ventured outside of that. I know there's a lot of techniques out there today. We weren't challenged with that when we came into the fold of doing Sisterlocks. And I shouldn't say challenge because, there's a lot of great techniques, some not so good, but there's a lot of good techniques out there, but we didn't have that to look at. We go online and we see things done that are done incorrectly. Wasn't a lot of that going on. So you really have to focus in on, okay, I took the training to become a Sisterlock consultant. So if you're offering that, stick with your basic training that you learn. If you need additional help, get some mentorship, get a mentor, get some coaches. It's a lot of folks out there right now doing that. I'm starting to branch off to doing that as well for some small group coaching. Yes. So, and I know you do it.
Yes.
So look to get some help if you're struggling with something that you feel like you didn't quite get in basic training.
Mm-hmm.
But I would encourage them, don't get frustrated and venture into another direction. You can offer other services if you want to, but when you're doing sister locks, you really need to use the tool, you need to use the technique, you need to use your training, you need to get some help if you need it, and all the other things that come with that will come. So that is what I would say. They just need to stick with the basics and not mix it in with other techniques or other tools. That is really gonna throw a curve in it and make it something that it's not.
Mm-hmm.
And your clients do know the difference. They may not know exactly what you're doing, but I heard, I really shouldn't say, but she said she turned a twisty loopy thing is what she called it. She said, bottom line, the client knew that there was something different about the look than what she received.
Mm-hmm.
And so you want to make sure, remember, your clients is your best friends in this partnership of servicing. You want them to say good things about you. You want your name to stand out. You want to be able to get a return on your investment, and you will. But you do have to do what you're required to do for that technique and separate it from other things that you do.
Absolutely. There definitely need to be a separation because like you were sharing that there's other things out there that we, when we got in this sister lock game, right? It was sister locks, right? Mm-hmm. Now there are all kinds of different things out there, but you definitely want to separate them. Say, I offer this, that, and the other, because you want to meet the expectation of the client. If they came in there for sister locks and you giving them something else, they need to know what that something else is. So they're not saying that they have sister locks and they actually have something else. Like It's okay to offer an array of things, but make sure that the people know what the differences are. Right. So that when they're out there sharing amongst the world, because you want that retainability and you want loyal clients, that they're able to really truly articulate what they have. Mm-hmm. And so people, will have an expectation of what you deliver.
Right. You don't want to take a client's choice away.
Right.
If they're saying that's what they want, that's what they're choosing. Don't take that choice away.
Love that.
For whatever reason, you may make a different decision. It's not your decision to make.
Right.
It's your client's decision to make, whether it's sister locks or something else. If it's something else, separate it. If it's sister lock, give them sister locks. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what I've always done. I've never done nothing different.
I love that. Wanda, so Sister Locks is known for promoting self-love and embracing your natural hair, right? Mm-hmm. So how do you approach empowering your clients and helping them embrace their natural beauty? Because your business is what? Natural Beauty Boutique. So what is your approach to empowering your clients for natural beauty?
I think the biggest level of empowerment is your initial meeting with your client. Okay. Your presentation, how you present yourself, your level of knowledge, and giving them the right information that they need. So you have to understand your material and what you learned in class to deliver upon that. Now, so the consultation is the key. Let me just say that. Mm-hmm. But before the consultation is your initial introduction. They call in or they meet you. They're going to send you an email. They're going to give you a call, some kind of way they got a hold of you. So that initial introduction that you have with the client is the most powerful thing you can do. What you're trying to do is build rapport quickly, accurately, and with respect to your client, and with the way that you talk with them, that the tone that you use, and the information that you provide, so they feel good and confident in the fact that you can deliver on the goods when they get in the consultation. Most of the clients that I've talked with on the phone, I do give them a little bit of information to get started. That's just the way I do it. I let them know the cost of the consultation, the time frame for it. I let them know what the cost is for the services, because they can make that decision before they get to me, whether they want to proceed to the consultation or not. It's not required to do it that way, but that is the way I do it. It's been most successful for me. So I'm empowering them with decisions, with information, so they can make an informed decision. I let them know it is their decision to make, whether they want sister locks or not. So I empower them that way. And 9 times out of 10, they usually go ahead and get them. And I don't have a lot of no's. Most of them are yeses. But understand also in today's environment, clients are very savvy. They're
Okay.
looking things up. They're reading information. They have a list of questions. They come a little bit empowered already.
So how do you encounter any misconceptions or myths then about sister life? Because you're right. Right now, the information, we
It's
got
overload. Yeah.
overload. So how do you encounter any misconception or myths about sister lives? How do you address that when they come to speak?
I solicit questions from them, open-ended questions. Not, do you want sister locks?
Okay.
No, that's open-ended. Tell me. You ask questions that solicit information from the client, and you look for keywords, the things that they may say that help let you know that you need to correct some information.
Okay.
For example, I'm trying to think of an example of a question that may have been asked, but I get the information from them and then I address it
Okay. Got it.
and try to give them the correct information. A
Mhm.
lot of it is like if I get to choose my size?
Okay.
They may
Okay.
ask a question like that. What size can I get?
Mm-hmm.
You got to answer that question. You just don't let that one go.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you know, the consultant make the decision on the sizes based on the things we're trained on, which I won't
Right.
spill all that out here. But
Right. Right.
anyway, does that kind of answer your
No,
question?
no,
Or do
it
you
does.
want
It
some
does.
more?
Because as a newbie, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes we might get choked up on how to help the client with this misinformation that they may have versus
Mhm.
another technique. So that's why I asked the
Right.
question. But that absolutely helps. So
Okay.
what advice can you share with the inspiring sister consultant who is just starting off on a journey? What can you share with them entering the field? At this
What
point in time, because right, you've been in the game with how many years?
I know, right. Should we discuss
20 almost
that?
years.
Yes.
Right. So this is the new age woman getting into decided she want to take the sister lock training. What advice can you give her right now in regards to her sister lock consultant journey?
Regarding her sister lock consultant journey,
Mm-hmm.
understand number one, that you are asserting yourself to become a certified sister lock consultant.
Mm.
That brand has meaning.
Right.
That brand has strength. That brand has a lot to offer, and that brand has been proven to work.
Why
So with
certified? Why certified? Because I heard you say that. Why
certification is for that aspiring consultant.
okay.
And it's for you to put your stamp on it, that it demonstrates that you do know what you're doing and
Okay.
what clients are looking for. Now, it is very important to do that because clients still look for certification. They still ask if you're certified. They still want to know, and it takes you further than it will take you if you weren't.
Got it. I love that. I love that one. I'm so glad you said that because I have, it has been my experience thus far right now. Some people are not even concerned with being certified. And I don't, for me,
that saddens me, but
it does sadden me because don't you want credibility? I mean, if you went to a lawyer to get services, you want to know they passed the bar, right?
right.
You wouldn't even want that person if they didn't pass the bar to
Right.
represent you in court. So you do need to have some standard you have met.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, if you take yourself out of the equation, you're the consultant, you're offering it as a service. Okay.
Right.
If you're offering it as a service, who are you servicing? Your clients or potential clients. What do they want? Certification.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take yourself out of the equation if it's all about you, with
Right.
all due respect.
Right.
It is all about the people that you're servicing that want this technique done to them.
Right.
They're looking for certification for the most part.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I so appreciate you saying that because that has been my experience. I have, folks come to me and they say, certified for what? I'm getting clients. They not having a problem with they getting clients is because they get referrals from client, client to client. I said, but don't you want credibility for your work though? Like that you've met a standard, some kind of
Mhm.
standard. And that's the beauty about what Dr. C created,
Right, right.
this certification program, that you have to meet a standard to say that yes, I took the training, I comprehended the training, and I've delivered on that
Mhm,
as well.
mhm.
So good stuff.
Yeah,
Good stuff. Thank you so much, Wanda.
that's
I,
it?
yeah, I love having you here. And of course, I will have you again and again.
Okay.
This series is all about really just sharing with that inspiring consultant
Mhm,
how far you can go, like from beginning to end, right? Like
mhm,
how far you can really go, even if you have no hair knowledge base, right?
mhm.
Up into that basic training by taking that sister law consulting class, you can go far beyond that if you put it into action. And then you do a couple of things like with you. It sounds like your secret sauce is all about communicating with that client, listening to them, delivering on it, and then actually appreciating them as well.
Right.
Yeah.
There it is. You got it.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you so much for being here. And I would
Mhm.
love to have you again and again and again because I love chatting with you.
Okay, then we'll talk.
All right. Thank
Take
you,
care.
lady. All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. Oh, let me get my screen together. Thank you so much for um, partaking into this conversation. Please, please, please stay connected. Feel free to go to my website, which is haircaresinc.com. When you go there, join some of my social media communities like Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is at Hair Cares Inc. I'm going to continue the series and many more series to come. I love to talk to leaders, authors, entrepreneurs who really long to touch, move, and inspire others through their work and what they're up to. And right now, I have a new book coming out, a new book collaboration that I'm a part of, which is called Influencing Stepping Out in Boldness. So please go to my website, check me out, and stay tuned for more and more shows to come. All right, you guys have a good night or good day. Bye bye.